Good morning, students. Previously, we have already learned the advantages and disadvantages of DBMS. Then, today we will start different components of database management system. What are the different components? What are the main ingredients, important factors that creates this database management system? So, system means it is a interrelated components enhancing towards a common goal. Means there are so many components, they will be working together to give a particular output. Okay. Similarly, database management system is also a system. The database management system. It is a management system that manages overall database operations. Means it controls all operations of database system or the database, all operations of the database. You know there are so many operations that in previous classes we have studied manipulations of data. Means all operations like insertion, deletion, updation, modification, sorting, all operations that are performed by this database management system. So today we will discuss about the different components. So first of all, in every system, it requires some hardware system, some software system, some user, some data, all the things. So first components will be your hardware. First of all, hardware is required because data to be stored, it requires a specific memory space. It requires a specific memory space. So there are so many physical components, external peripherals are also required to store database. Example, your hard disk, RAM, random access memory, ROM, read-only memory, keyboard as input device, etc. So these hardware parts or the parts of the computer or physical components are also required to store different database in the computer memory. It is also required. Second one is your software. Because without software, hardware is totally useless, just like a dead body. Already in fundamental class, you know. So without software, hardware is totally useless, just like a toy. So software is required to operate a particular hardware or physical components of the computer system. Just like a dead body, hardware just like a dead body. This is the soul. So both will be mixed, then it will be working. So without hardware, software is useless. Without software, hardware cannot work properly. Okay. So this software, you know, DBMS, database management system, it is a application software. It is a application software. Okay. So it is a application software. So this software is also required. It is a program that controls everything, all operations of the database. Means it is just like a wrapper around the database. It is just around a wrapper around the database, which controls all operations. These are the programs. These are the programs. Okay. So that software, there are so many packages of database DBMS packages like MySQL, Oracle, Sybase. These are software packages. Means it is application software. It controls. There is a program that controls all operations of the database manipulation. It requires some data, some values to be stored. How data or values are to store. How to retrieve. What are the input devices? What will the report generation? What will the output of this program? Everything. Means it is a capable of understanding database, access language, and interpret into actual database commands to execute. Because we require some information, but to get that information or to access that information, they require some commands. These commands will be interpreted with the system. So this software accepts some commands, some instructions. According to the instructions or according to user's requirement, this software will provide you proper information. So for that, we require a software, the program, software nothing but a set of programs which controls all operations of the database management system. So these two, hardware and software, are the almost most components of the database management system. Again, you know, in database management system, database stores or holds, or there are it retains some data or values in a tabular form. Tabular form is, you know, the row and column wise arrangement. So row of the data table, row of a table is known as the records, and the column of the table is known as the fields. So arrangement of rows and columns, that already we have given example for a student. Suppose a student, the database, roll number, name, course, date of birth, address, everything we have discussed. So row and column wise arrangement of data in a table, that is the tabular form. It is required to be required for database file. So database file requires some software to operate that values. Those are stored in the computer memory or database file. Then most important thing is your data. Next component is data. So we are using hardware, we are using software. For whom? For data. Data are values. These are valid values. So valid values, constrained values are only stored in database file. So data is the most important component of database management system. So data is the raw form of information. It is the unprocessed information. This is the unprocessed information. Or it may be a fact, or it may be a name of the place, any name, any existential in the world, or you know, this is the real world object. Okay. So you know, this is the data. So these data are required because we are creating database management system to store data, to store values. That will be in a proper format, in a tabular form, arrangement of row and column wise. So database management system holds a database file, holds data, the real important ingredient for this management system. This is the real world object. Any name in the world, that is the object, that is the, it may be an image also, it may be a picture, text, values, memory values, all the things, they are data. These are also required. So DBMS is created for storing or utilizing the data stored in the memory. DBMS is created to utilize data, to store data in a proper format, in a proper way, so that retrieval operation will be easier. We can easily retrieve data, we can easily access data from database management system. So data are the values or items. These are the values or items. That are the values or items. Okay. So three important components. Remember: hardware, software, data. So only hardware, software, data are not sufficient to control all these operations properly. So it requires a procedure. So next point is your procedure. So next components of the database management system is procedure. Procedure are the methods, how to access, how to query different commands, how to query different questions, how to put different commands to access, how to report, how to generate reports. So all these things requires a procedure. There is some systematic step-by-step procedure are also required to run successfully to a database management system. So general, these are the instructions to use DBMS. So this procedure nothing but instructions. You know, software nothing but a set of programs. Programs are nothing but a set of instructions. So these instructions is required to collect data, to integrate data, to share data, to protect data, all the advantages that we have studied in the advantage of DBMS, it requires some instruction. So how to access data, there is some instruction. How to authorize, give authentication to a user to access data, that is your instruction. Instruction is required every step. For example, I have given two numbers, suppose 50 or 60. There are two data values. I will ask you, find the result. What to do? You cannot find the result. Whether these two values will be added or subtracted or multiplied or divided. So again you have to give that these two numbers must be add these two numbers. So this addition is required. So this is the commands. To add two numbers, you have to say the command what to do with this data. So to find the result, suppose the result is 110. So you have to put instruction to add, and how to add, you have to give that a procedure, and these are the values 50 and 60, they are data values. So data value is required, instruction is also required to find the result. So without instruction, data value cannot be utilized. So without data values, procedure, program, instruction cannot run, cannot give you successful or proper information or result. So data values and instruction both are required to find the result. Similarly, if instruction is required, how to store, how to retrieve, what to store and what to retrieve. Okay. Again, this procedures is the setup and install DBMS. So to set up DBMS, or to install DBMS, some procedure is also required. Okay. Again, login, log out. Again, login, log out. You know, in every aspect in your networking system, there are some login, logout system. Why it is required? Because in this environment, so many users are using. So data can be shared among several users. So here several operators are required. Several users are using the database. So to identify, to give proper identification or authentication, some login, logout system is also required. That is also for purpose of security or protection or authentication. And some confidential data values or confidential things cannot be expressed, cannot be exposed. So by using proper login or logout, we require some procedure. That procedure gives some instruction how to set up, how to install database management system, how to log in into the database management system, how to log out the system. This is also required. This is the procedure. And a software to manage database, to take backup or generate report. Most important is report generation. Report generation. What is report generation? Suppose we will go to a medical college and we will ask to give a report what are the death case in snake biting in last year. So immediately this query will be reached. This query can be accessed by the database management system, and within some fraction of a minute, it will create a report by taking all death cases in the particular year. So this report generation is the most important. Suppose a student database file we are maintaining. We want to the best 10 students of the university and their addresses and contact number. So from the whole database, there are so many database files. From all files, only you have to extract the roll number and the student name and address and the contact number. So this is the report. So in database management system controls, the data management system operates all the things. Again, you know, database management system stores a varied type of database files, and all files contain some values. That the value will be collected among several tables. That is the relational database management system. So login, logout, and report generation, it requires some procedure for the database management system. Okay. Then come to backup. Suppose any natural calamity or any hardware failure, there is some chances of loss of data, the stored data. So if it happens sometimes, so the database management system creates a proper memory space, proper recovery process, and extract data those are lost in the system. So in accurate time, in right time, it will provide right informations to the users. So several users can access same data at same time also. So at same time, by using same procedure or same data values can be accessed by this database management system, because it supports multi-user environment. So that it requires so there are so many users. So to identify, to give proper authentication, it requires login local process. So this important hardware, software, data, and procedure. These four important components we have studied. Clear? Again, I am repeating. Hardware the physical components, software are the set of programs, data are the real values or items or real world objects. Those are required for database, and the procedure is required for every aspect of operations of database management system. Most important is your another components will be your database access language. Database access language. Okay. So here till now we know data or items or values are stored in database file, and to operate they require some procedure. The procedure interprets different commands. So these commands will be generated in this language. You know language is required. Why language is required in your day-to-day life? Because why are you using language? Because we are using language. Why? Because it is a mode of interference, mode of communication with the feelings. So what I want, what I require, that will be expressed in the form of a language. So database management system, database languages are required to execute different commands. Different commands will be executed, different commands will be processed, different commands will be extracting some values, some required values from the database management system or database, any DBMS package. So languages are also required. These language required for what? To access. The language required to access. What to access? Data from database. So to access data from database, it requires a language. The language interprets, the language executes. Then only we can get the proper information from the database. So this language are nothing but the commands to access, to insert, to update, to data stored by any database file. So data manipulation. The data manipulation, all operations already you have studied. So all operations can be controlled, can be done, can be executed by putting a particular database language or DBMS language. Then user can write commands in the database access language, submit to the DBMS for execution. So first user has to write commands. Then user has to write commands to get the result. So whenever these commands are being executed, then only result will be the report will be coming out. After the execution of commands, your report, your information can be received, can be get. So user can create new database tables, update data, any operations can be also done. And there are so many access languages. So there are different types of languages. Like there are different types of languages like DDL data definition language. What are the data we are using that must be defined? This is the data definition language. Data definition language. So suppose in English word dictionary. Any word we are using that will be placed in a dictionary. Then only you can use. Suppose this is a marker. This marker is a word that also belongs to the dictionary. That we can use. Any for tiger. Tiger is also name. That name is also belongs to the dictionary. Then only you can use. Similarly, what are the data? What are we are using? What are the commands we are using? What are the items we are using for storing database? That must be defined by this data definition language. Then what are the data stored in the computer database system that will be manipulated by putting this DML. This is the data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. So this language helps to manipulate data. DML but DDL, this language helps to data definition language. Data must be defined by this language. But by this language, you can manipulate data. So these two important facilities of DDL and DML will be learned in this unit later on in a laboratory. So just I am putting this example. These are the database access languages. This provides two different important facilities to give the definition and for manipulation. Another language is DCL. This is data control language. Data control language. Data control language. What are data? How to which you are providing or which user, which has a proper authentication or not, that will be checked. So it provides exact information, exact data values to the authorized users only you know. There is a proper authentication. Authorization and authentication is properly handled. So there is a control language. So data whenever being extracted, that will be controlled by this language. Then transaction control language, PCL. Transaction control language. These four important languages, data access languages, we are using transaction control. Just like a banking system. In a banking system, there is a transactions of money. We are storing, depositing money, storing, depositing operation, or withdrawal money, or transaction transfer money. So these type of operations are done in case of a bank system. Just replace money with data. That is the transaction. The database management system also have so many transactions. To share data, to integrate data, to access data, to provide data, to deny data for accessing. So there is some transaction control languages. These important languages are also requires to give commands to be executed, how to extract, how to get values from database management system. So this DAL, database access language, you can shortly call it DAL, database access language. So this DAL is application programming interface. This is application programming interface. This is application software. Application programming interface to provide unified client server access to database management system. So here client server architecture is coming. Client server. Then to client server. In database management system, there is a server machine. It is a powerful machine which is connected with several client machines. So many client machines can be controlled by a single powerful machine, that is a server. Means a server can communicate to different clients. A server can control to clients. A server can get information from several clients. A server can give information to each client. So this concept is required because all operations are being controlled. All operations are being controlled so that database management system will be properly controlled and handled, and we can get proper information, right information, required report in the right time. So database access languages, all these languages we are using. These are important thing is to different commands. They provide different commands. These commands to be executed properly so that report will be generated. So to provide a command, these sub languages, database sub languages, DDL, DML, and DCL and TCL are also required, and it is supposed to client server environment or client server architecture. So next, fourth one, next point is your hardware, software, database access language. Next components is your users. For example, there is a computer, current electric power is also there, data is also there, everything is okay, but computer operator or user is not there. So without this operator or user, the computer cannot proceed, cannot work. We cannot get benefit from this database management system. So users are required. Users are most living where. These users are the living where or live where. Then the users, operators, programmers. So live where, hardware, software, live where. These are live wheres. There are so many types of users are using. For example, some users they are more talented, more knowledge about this software. Some of users that don't aware about the database management system, but still they are using. We are using ATM, card of the banking system, debit card or credit card. We are not so much knowledge, or is not required to be more acquainted with much more knowledge about this database management system or banking system. But you are getting benefits. You are the beneficiaries. So some users have sufficient knowledge, some users are not aware of the system. There are so many categories, so many users are also required. Suppose a programmer. Programmer is maybe a user, a programmer. Programmer may be a user. System analyst. System analyst, they are also a database user. System designer, they are also one type of users. Programmer, system analyst, designer, application programmer, all these things are technical users or operators, computer operators. These are the different users. Those are using this database system. They are creating reports to external world because data or values are stored internally. Data values are stored internally in computer memory. But these users exactly extract data from this memory. So there are so many types of users like end user. Another category of user, different users are end user. These end users give you the terminal work or give the final result to you. These these peoples whose job is to require access database from different query by updating, by getting different commands, by executing different commands. It will provide some reports, some information to the external world. Then casual user. End user. Then come to casual user. These users have great knowledge of a query language because these users know how to extract, how to retrieve, what to retrieve, everything these users know. These users know how to retrieve data or values to the user. So these users access data by entering different queries from terminal end. Okay. Then another type of user, net user. Net users, these users doesn't have any knowledge. They are the parametric users, or you can call the parametric users. Here the parameter, just like an operator, just like clock in your office. They just use different commands. They are very simple, minimum knowledge, how to extract information, how to give report, how to generate report by using data stored in database file. These users also required to give the result. So this task is just like you develop the programmer or get the desired result. Just like a clerical, this is just like a clock or clerical job, just to extract result, required result from database management system. So these are 5 important components database management system is also required. Okay. Thank you.